Hello, Leonardo Cornejo here with another video, and today I want to talk about a new project I'm working on, which, well, it is not per se a project, but rather an attempt at, how do I say it, monitoring audience interest in a few projects I have been working on since 2019, 2020. I have been working on plenty of projects other than the series I already released. They are not finished, and I decided I want you to help me decide which one will be the one to finish first. It is not that I am not finishing all of them. Eventually, I will finish them all. But I want you to help me decide because, how do I say it? Well, this is something normal among writers. We tend to have too many ideas and start working on them, and suddenly you are already working on another idea instead of finishing the one you have. And that's exactly the problem I want to avoid. How? By making sure I put priority on what you care the most about first. So I will be. I already released the link. I will be putting the link in the video description. I already released several pieces of work on Pixiv, and that's why the name of this thing is the Pixiv Preview Project. The idea is that you will check it out, read the work, and decide which you like the most. The one that caught the attention of most people will be the one I will be working on full time, while leaving the other ones like secondary projects. Meanwhile, and I will work on them in order of priority, working first on the most popular and then on the least popular. There are several works in different settings, different genres. Well, all of them are fantasy and science fiction. Pretty much all of them are fantasy, but each one in its own world with its own characters. There will be a few allusions to characters you already know and love, but pretty much everything will be an entirely new settings. I will be working on the part 4 and 5 of Eagles of Outland. Part 3 is already complete. All I need is money to pay for the covers, and it will be ready. everything else, everything else is already complete. All I need is the covers, and then part 3 will come. And regarding the other projects, well, I will be working on part 4 and 5 of Guilds of Outland, and meanwhile, I will be also working on the most popular project first, and once I finish it, I will move on to the next. And my goal is making sure I won't pull a George R. R. Martin on you and never release something. I don't like that attitude of leaving one work behind for the other, so I will try to prioritize what you, my audience, like the most. I will make sure to fulfill my promise unless I die. For as long as I live, I plan to write. I won't stop writing, I won't stop creating, and I want these stories, these characters to get known. I consider them even more important than myself. I want you to check them out, and I want you to tell me which you like the most. If you're interested, the link to my Pixiv profile, it will be on the description here for you to go and read what I'm working on. If you see the covers look off or there are some errors, these are incomplete works. These are works in progress, which when released, they will be actually deleted from Pixiv. The full version will be available for sale. So they don't have cover. They are incomplete. They are basically in the draft phase. But I want you to see the ideas I got and tell me which one you find the most interesting, because I like them all and I can decide. So I don't want to get stuck with all these ideas floating in my head without completing any, and I don't want to neglect them either. So the best way to fix it is asking you, my audience, what you will like. I must admit, there are more stories even. There will be stories I won't show yet because I don't find them to be even remotely ready. They don't even have title or they lack some things. But these ones are the ones I consider the most developed, and I want you to check them out and tell me which one should I complete first, because that's what I want. I want to pay attention to you directly. Cut all the middlemen. I don't need focus groups or all that bullshit. All I need is you, my readers, to tell me which you like the most. There will be no changes to the plot. There will be no changes to the characters. That's something you must take into account. I am just asking you to tell me which you want to read first, which you want to see complete first. I am not going to pay attention to. Oh, I don't like this character is a lolly. Yes, that's part of the plot. That's part of the plot. Fuck you. I won't change it. I say that because I know when an author opens up to the audience, asks for feedback, for opinions, some really nasty people think they have the right to demand what we create in terms of saying, "Oh, you need to add this, you need to remove that." No, that's not gonna happen. I'm not asking you how to write the story. I'm asking you which one you want to read first. Of course, I am trusting most of you, the ones who are my real audience, won't be telling me that kind of stuff. But I am preemptively informing. I won't tolerate that. I'm not asking you what you think about my characters or something like that. I want to ask you what you want to read first. I say that because I know of many great authors who have made the mistake of trusting these malicious people and eventually changing their vision, their idea. I won't do that. That's part of my professional ethics. That's part of my integrity as an author. I won't be changing my characters, my setting to please anyone. If you don't like it, don't read it. I want to know is which one you want to read first because I can choose. I can choose which one to complete first. Of course, if you have some feedback, for example, I don't know, I found a typo. I know I have plenty of them, even in the works I already published. So, that kind of feedback, I will take it. I found a typo, I found a plot hole, I found a continuity error. I will take that feedback into account. What I won't take is, oh, that character is too young, oh, there is too much fan service. No, fuck you. That's the kind of feedback I won't take. Basically, I will take feedback in regards to technical issues, but not in regards to what I will write. But I do want to connect with my audience. I do want to connect with those who will respect my integrity, who actually care about my work, who are my target demographic, the kind of people who want to build a new cultural paradigm free from all the twisted, depraved garbage we find in, for example, the MCU and things like that nowadays. I think it is important to have this connection with the audience because the old guard, the legacy media didn't have it, and I think they can tell you what to like, what to watch, what to read, what to enjoy. I don't want that. I want to be part of this wave of creators who are changing culture, who are building a new culture which doesn't need the toxic influence of Hollywood in it. And I want you to help me, telling me Of all these things I am showing you, what you like the most. Don't waste your time telling me which you didn't like. I won't pay much attention to that. I won't be paying attention to people asking me to age up a character or to remove a character or to write a love triangle. Fuck you. If you really want a love triangle, seriously, fuck you. Write it yourself. Shippers, seriously, I mean, it's okay to be a shipper. It's okay to ship things you like, but you don't have the right to demand the author anything, and you shouldn't be shipping real life people either. And that's something I have noticed shippers do quite often. So yeah, go fuck yourselves. Seriously, I mean, the ones who do that, the ones who ship real people, the ones who complain if the author doesn't doesn't make their ship real, they can go fuck themselves. I won't pay attention to that kind of feedback. I won't pay attention to shippers in general. I mean, you can have your ship and all. I respect that, but I won't pay attention to you. I won't change whatever I already decide to please you, so I won't be pay attention to your feedback. Even in the case of those who I will treat with respect, those who are decent enough, I won't take your feedback into account in any sense when it comes to changing the story, to changing the characters. The only kind of feedback I need is knowing what you like the most in regards to what I already released, of what you will read, and to know if I am making a mistake in regards to structure. I think it is important for the author to have a cordial relationship with the audience and to pay attention to feedback. I think we also need to set a limit, to draw the line, and tell you beforehand what I won't take, because otherwise you end up like J.K. Rowling, and I don't want that. I don't want to be like her, especially because well, it didn't end well for her, and I don't want that for me. Well, that is for today. Have a nice day. Still on Flame, Book 1 of the Guilds of Avalanche series is available on Amazon. If you like fluffy wolf lolly protagonists and Japanese light novels, follow the link below to check it out.